Good morning. We have done some rearranging today. In the previously known as the Wyandotte run, the small run, we now have all the chicken chicks who are pushing 2 months old. Moved them all in here just a little while ago, just gave them water and food, so they're going to town. They will stay in this run for a few days, and then I'm going to be opening them up into these guys. The meat turkeys and Bronzy over there, they may come into this run. I have not fully decided. I'm pretty confident I'm going to just put them in this run because I think it'd be too much of a mess if I added them to the adults. So as you can see, everybody's doing good. Everybody's getting around. Pretty happy. Okay, and in the lavender run, what is previously known as the lavender run, or will be continued to be known, we have baby turkeys. So there's 6 of these little brown ones. They're supposed to be, can never pronounce this stupid breed name. I really need to practice it. But they're the Nargaset, like what Lilith is, if you can see her pacing there. I had a big issue with chicken feed last night from Tractor Supply. It turned out the bags were moldy, and I didn't know until I had already fed and then dumped the bag. And so unfortunately, everybody got a dose of fermented feed almost. I mean, the part that I fed looked normal. But then when I dumped it, and their whole pallet full of it was completely rotten. So got different feed. Anyway, these little 6 ones are the only ones who seem to be having any issues from it. And there's a couple of them that are having some issues, look like respiratory, which would make sense from the, kind of nasty feed. So I treated them last night. They made it through the night, and because I moved the chicken chicks, I'm letting these guys out. And they seem to be doing pretty good, all things considered. Meanwhile, we have lavenders again. The inside babies are now out here. They have been doing really well. Seem to be staying pretty healthy. I'm gonna try to get a shot of them here. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Of course, this is their first time ever being outside, but it's hot, so they shouldn't need any sort of additional warmth or anything of that way. Hope you can see them okay. But it's a larger space. Of course, obviously I cleaned it out real good. All brand new shaving. Yes. So they get this space, and until these guys seem non-snotty, I'll keep them in, and then eventually, hopefully this week we'll be able to combine the two. You guys are being ridiculous today. Ridiculous. It's a vulture. It's not a hawk. So I have the big group of turkeys out, so to speak, while I'm going to be stripping the hut and redoing it. And they are being super silly. I did get my bucket automatic waterer set up, so I'm super happy about that. And it's got electrolytes in it right now because they've been getting vitamin mineral water up until now. As you can see, their faces are a little swollen and everything. Yeah, I think they're not out of the woods, but I can't believe that they really made it through the night after that. I did trade my 5 mix turkeys that I had in here. I traded them to give no clucks for these guys. My original enabler. So I'm pretty happy with what's going on right now. Their movements, their interacting, both groups really. And they're so stinking cute. They are very skittish, but it takes a couple weeks. Once they get a tad older is when they really start getting clingy. Say hi. I finally got this gate done so that I can go in between. I had to cut it. I just needed to cut it, and I just put it off. Of course, we have Neptune here, looking gorgeous. And the other girls, I moved the fan blowing in there because these guys are supposed to be out. You're the starter of all this, Lyra. You went over to the compost pile and then you came back flying like a banshee. They are funny this morning. And gonna get the yard mowed, get some hay tidied. We got our field cut, and you can just see a round bale over the pool, but you can see back there it's all been cut. They got 10 bales this year. Amazing, wonderful. It's under 3 acres and they got 10 bales, so that's pretty darn good. My garden has exploded. It is gigantic. I already have gotten a handful of cucumbers. There's the vulture that they're all worried about. If you can see it right there in the middle. Actually, there's a couple, which makes sense because they're always checking the fields after they've been done. But I have a ton of tomatoes that are ready to turn. I have both a pumpkin and a watermelon plant going, so that's exciting. A couple pepper plants, and then I also randomly planted seeds, and they're coming up. I have sunflowers here. They do get chewed upon by the birds when they're out. And morning glory, but I tell you what, they're little troopers. Every time they get chewed up, they keep coming. That is something else I planted there, but I don't remember what it was. We have a screaming cat. And over here, I planted flower seeds, just some random ones. So the chicken wire's down to keep anybody, birds or cat, from digging in it. My rose did not make it. I just haven't weeded. So I have a bunch of different wild things growing in here by default. But then certain turkeys came in and decided that they needed to lay eggs in here. And they even dug up a couple bulbs. So that's nice. But that's the update. I had to put Maya inside, you know, she's so hot. It's a tough gig sitting outside. Kitty! He's just walking and talking.